for a few days. It's ruined.
What's that?
That. Is a hatch.
No time to dally.
This is a grossly bad idea, I might point out.
A log. How tempting.
What is beneath this man's house? Oh my gosh, she got a natural 20. Shadow Heart. That is beautiful.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Can I get to the hatch in its current location?
A trap. Time to dance.
Arthur's basement. A trap where? I don't know where to step. Oh, there! Yeah, that does not seem like a good direction to go in.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Thank you. What about across here?
Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
Okay. This place sucks. Guys. Guys. You know what? Can y'all go back this way? Can you just stay where you are? If I fail a check, I'll bring one of you through. I feel like you're all gonna get me killed. Let's just...
Be wary. This place is trapped.
I don't know who else has the higher wisdom.
Onward in her name.
I'll just take you all through one by one.
Looks like a trap there.
Don't burn yourself.
Okay.
Up to.
We might have to something along the way here.
This'll be fun.
What did you just pick up? Rigged fireworks? Jesus Christ. Do you think we've got everything? Or are we short a few? Well, this is not going well at all.
No one back home will ever believe this.
We're gonna trip something. I know it. Jesus Christ.
What am I to do?
Save
try
me?
this way.
I'm positively going to die. There must be something blocking this path, surely. Because there's fireworks going across here. It's going to shoot me the minute I go that way. My God. We're dead. Oh, there's something there. Can we just jump over the tripwires?
What to do?
I feel like there's something here.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
I don't know if that gets me over anything or not. Whether she's just gonna jump into it. Is that really all I have to do? Hello, sir. Just jump over things? Oh my God, there's more perception checks happening over here. Fire amber?
Should mind my step.
Just gonna loot this dude. I can't get into your chest, man. I did not want that, but I guess we have a wooden bucket now. Whoever that is. Doesn't really appear to be much here, so I must be missing the cool shit. Because it really looks like there ought to be something cool here. I might need to bring Shadowheart here, though. Shadowheart, could I possibly request your services? I think I'm missing something pivotal. Yeah, well, that seems to be the go at the moment. She went straight into it and I jumped because she cleared it on my screen and then it triggered. Oh my God, I jumped hard. Maybe we just leave, you know? I don't like this place. It seems very dangerous. I'm not about this. Bit sad about Ben's death though. That was a bit unfortunate. Can you come? Tell us all that coming. Can you come talk to this ox? Did we speak to this one, or did we just go speak to the strange one immediately? I don't recall. God, that hood makes you look super weird, man.
Do try the grass, should it take your fancy.
It doesn't, but thank you.
Such sweetness should be shared.
Well, aren't you just delightful? Poor Ben, not so delightful. Well, waste not, want not. What am I looking for? General goods. And look at the area as we go through. Citizen. Nothing really over here. Then we have the back alley. Okay. So, I don't remember who I sold it to is the problem. I'm going to assume it was to her. Because she's the first person I met after coming out of the hatch. That's a vendor. Buddy the dog is dead, honey. Bitch tried to kill me.
Back again? Want a dagger? Or a bow?
Are you the one that sells the Smith's weapons?
Yep, that's me.
I'm perfectly aware of that. Grumpy fella, isn't he?
On the outside. But he's a softy at heart. Like molten steel. Also, he's a living legend. Do you know he's won Best Smith in Rivington 7 years in a row?
Is he the only Smith in Rivington?
He says that if I move enough stock, I might even get to have a go on the anvil.
I think he is lying to you. Quite the little arse licker, aren't you? Oh, charming language. I'd pick a different dream if I were you. Your boss doesn't seem the giving sort to me. Let's see if I can help boost your sales figures.
Oh, yay!
Did I sell it to you? No, it I don't even remember its name. What color is it even gonna be? Shit, I should pay attention to what the damn thing's called. I swear it's got splitter in the title, but none of those are appropriate items. Fuck. Who did I sell the friggin' thing to? If it's not you. There are no other vendors, right? There's just Popper. Right? I'm going to lose my mind. Does it matter if I don't have the murder weapon? Why didn't it mark it as a quest item? I don't sell quest items. I literally keep them in my... Unless it is still in my inventory because it's marked as a quest item. No, I don't see any fucking dagger. Does anybody else see a dagger? I just see a bunch of trash.
I'd love to, thanks.
Did I give it to? It's a priced item. There's no way I would have left it
A lot on my mind.
on the corpse.
And, well, in it.
Unless it is on the person that I pushed off the edge. I mean, that's always possible.
End of story.
They'll run for the damn hills.
I'm pretty certain I sold all my stuff though to her. Did I not? I don't have the time and quite frankly the inclination to go through all my videos to find what the fuck I did with it. I do not have the energy for that. Did I sell it to you, Zara? I can't imagine I would have because your makeup wouldn't have been that expensive. Okay, I didn't sell it to her. I swear I already had it on me. I wouldn't have had it on me at this point, sorry, if I'd looted it.
Clown Man is dead. Yes! I has lots of stuffs. Just for you.
Ooh. I will actually take that. I need that. Don't know that I need anything else. There's a Bald's brewed up belly glamour. What did I just read? Yeah, I definitely need that though. Thanks.
Bye-bye now.
Fuck. What did I do with it? If I looted it, but how can I tell if I looted it? Wouldn't it say something about the murder weapon? Corpse, poison, check out the murder scene, random space. We know the name. We need to find what the key opens. But it doesn't say I have the murder weapon. Is it a person I pushed off the edge? Because I cannot physically do anything about that. That's gone. I have tried twice to get through about an hour's worth of content, and my computer keeps restarting. My computer seems to be overheating. I use MSI Afterburner to cap the temperature that my computer runs at, or the graphics card. I don't know. I know fuck all about computers, I'm going to be honest with you. But I get sick of hearing my graphics card fan taking off like it's a goddamn turbojet, which is why I was directed to this program in the first place. And usually it listens to my temp limit cap, which I usually set around 67 degrees Celsius. It usually ignores the cap a little bit and it goes up to about 70 degrees Celsius. But just now, it's been running at 80 degrees and I didn't even notice it because I have MSI minimized. I don't normally check it because it's not been an issue before. But when it reset my computer, I kept it up as I started re-recording the content that I then lost, because if my computer resets, I lose all my content. And it got up to like 82 degrees Celsius. I've never seen my computer ever run at that temperature. And I started redoing my content. I got through about 15 minutes worth of it. Computer reset again. And I don't know how to fix this problem. Just sitting here on the loading screen, we're at 76 degrees Celsius. So it's not taking my cap into account. It shouldn't be running this hot because MSI Afterburner is supposed to stop it from running that hot. But it's not working the way it has worked for the last several years. And so I just keep recording the same content over and over again, and I don't know how to stop this problem. I genuinely don't. I said I don't know anything about computers. I just play games. And I'm getting super stressed out. It's late at night. I've had to redo the exact same thing twice, and now I have to redo it a third time. And there's the threat looming that I'm going to have to do it again because my computer's just going to reset itself. I don't know why it's suddenly running so hot. Yeah, there was a graphics card update, but it worked fine all day. So I don't know if it's an NVIDIA issue. I don't know if it's an MSI Afterburner issue, but it's up to date as well. I don't know. And I'm just stressing and losing my fucking mind because this is a problem that I don't know how to fix. And it's stopping me from playing this game. In fact, it's probably going to stop me from playing any game, but probably this one because it's so graphics intensive. And I'm just losing my fucking mind. I'm going to have to record in 5-minute segments so that I don't have to redo every single step along the way because I'm just getting sick of saying the same thing over and over again. So, I am going to redo content I have done twice now, so forgive me if I'm a little short while doing it. To start, where I believe I was trying to find the murder weapon that the Delore, I believe was his name, the red-clad dwarf, used against Priest Lorgan, whatever his name was, to kill him. I've been trying to find the weapon. Now, it was very hard to find information about this because all the guides, the written guides online, kept telling you that you'll come across some doppelgangers and in the course of your events you'll happen to pick up XYZ items and then move on to here. It's like, what? So I get it off their bodies, but the fact is you don't get it off their bodies. I had to watch a video guide to actually understand what happens, because all the written guides didn't tell me that it wasn't on a body. You're supposed to go to the tunnel where you encounter the doppelgangers, and you will find a hole with a passive perception check. So I went to this tunnel and tried to get the passive perception check to proc, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't happen. So I concluded that I'd already run the perception check when I arrived in the area and fought the doppelgangers the first time around. So I was left with the conundrum of, well, what do I do now? If I can't get the perception check to run, I can't find the hole, which means I can't find the dagger, and then therefore I can't give evidence to Valeria about the murder. So I minimized the game and Googled, what am I supposed to do? How do I make, passive perception checks roll again? And in trying to find that kind of information, apparently Mage Hand and Summons also do perception checks. Their modifiers are going to be absolute trash, but they can do them. So I went back into the game with the intention of using the Mage Hand to force a passive perception check from the Mage Hand, when I noticed I was standing next to a hole. I ran up and down that entire battlefield for like 3 minutes trying to get these perception checks to work, and nothing happened. And the minute I minimized the game and looked for an answer, they do a perception check and find the answer. I got nothing. So anyway, I'm not going to show you that because I can't be bothered to travel all that distance yet again. So I found the hole, found the murder weapon. It was called Steelmaker, I believe. It's a dagger, but you knew it was a dagger from some text, from literature we found along the way. So I have that on my hands. I'm not redoing that. The part I am going to redo, God, where are we? No, it's not that far back. God, I'm gonna lose all my saves. Shit, I think I've lost... I've lost my save. I've lost my save because I've tried to move on twice and it quick saves. Shit, okay, I'm not going to be able to show you back from where I wanted to go. I'm going to have to show you from here. God, that sucks. I'm also about to save this, so as I said, I'm going to be going in like 5-minute increments because I'm fucking sick of redoing the same thing over again. So we're going in from here. So just to briefly explain, so I had checked the left-hand side of the gate to get through the checkpoint, and I saw that there was no way of passing through, but I hadn't checked the right-hand side. I thought maybe I could get through the checkpoint if I didn't give my actual name, if I gave a false name, but the Steel Watch dude still knew who I was. I think it's because I'd killed everybody in the goblin camp, because he specifically references my antics are known from the goblin camp. So I think having killed them all kind of screwed me over there on that point. So I thought, okay, cool, we still can't get through. So let me just check if there is a path on the right-hand side. And there is. It's very, very simple. So the checkpoint's just up here. I don't think the camera will let me go down. So you just essentially follow the path down, get to here, jump across. You just climb that ladder, you climb this, and boom, you're in. Bob's your uncle. So at this point in time, Will would like to speak with me. I've heard this conversation twice already. I'm so sick of it.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry.
Some great texturing you got there, game.
Travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin?
So I'm just gonna speed run this, guys. I've done it so many times. Baldur's Gate was a safe refuge when I left it. This must be Gortash's doing. But it feels weird that I have to actually mention this because we already know it's Gortash's doing. Like, we've had conversations about this in the past. So it feels weird that, like, I have to say it. But
as long as Gortash is in charge,
I'll say
they'll
it.
be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
Oh god, it's hitting 80 degrees. Fuck. And then we leave. We don't continue that conversation. And off we go across the street. We need to head into the flop house, as we all know and love. These guys here are speaking about a coronation, so it sounds like there may be Gortash is going to coronate himself. I'm not quite sure about that one. They didn't really go into detail. We're going to go speak to Griska. She is a vendor.
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mated temple a wide berth. Rude buggers. Certainly not bringing my trade there again.
She actually has some interesting conversation if you go through the options, but I'm not worrying about that one. I'm just going into trade with her because she has potions on her, which we know I am a slave for potions in this game, and they have the good stuff too. She also has kits. Oh, she has more potions than I thought. Did I click on something incorrect? Oh, I think I may have accidentally split it. Oh, yeah, I split those two accidentally. Never mind. I'll take the belladonna and the rogue morsel, even though I don't need any of the above. Boom.
Pleasure doing business.
Pleasure doing it with you as well, Griska. Okay. So we can speak with everybody here, but I've already done it. So I'm just going to power upstairs and head to the room that the key fits in, which is the whole point of us doing this, by the way. Oh, I keep forgetting about this conversation. I have to pass a lot of checks for this one. So, also here, as we totally knew and I forgot about, is that Astarian siblings are going to be found in this vicinity. And here's two of them. Deliria and Pale Petrus.
One more mark, then we can go.
And then I've completed the stealth check twice. Okay, guys. We're doing good, we're doing good.
The master said we have enough. The Black Mass is ready to begin.
It's not for the master. It's for me. I want a beating heart there, ready for me when the Mass is complete. And we're finally granted our freedom. After 200 years of rats, I think we deserve a real drink.
There is no time. We are expected back at the palace.
Relax. The Black Mass won't start until Master drags Astarian from whatever hole he's hiding in. We have time to find one more person.
Now, I've tried two of the options here. The first time around, I asked about Astarian, you know Astarian. They were like, oh my god, we must tell Master that Astarian's here. And then they just literally teleport out. Astarian doesn't have that ability. So jealous. And then the last time, I clicked this option because, quite frankly, I just find this the amusing option because these two are idiots. Anyone dumb enough to get lured away by you two deserves whatever they get.
I didn't realize we had company.
That's because you don't have eyes or ears.
Pay my brother no mind. His imagination and his mouth get the better of him sometimes. But it does not matter. We were just leaving anyway. Weren't we, Petras?
Yes, of course, dear sister. I just need a moment, and then we can leave.
And talking to them gets you nowhere. God, I feel like my heart is starting to race because it's like a race against time before the computer resets. I know it's coming up. The computer is reheating like absolute insanity. So I'm just racing through. I'm saving every like 5 minutes. Now this wardrobe is blocking a door. I could unlock it, but why unlock it when you can literally just Eldritch Blast it? And boom! Open sesame. And now the key, which had the number 10 on it, the floral key with number 10, opens this particular door. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm on wheel.
Let's move.
And boom! In we go. Now, perception checks are required in here, so I just want a quick save there. Perception checks, please, guys. Thank you. We find blood in this corner.
I notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor.
Something's going wrong back there. I think the wooden plank's having issues. Now, I have also succeeded at this investigation check twice, so fingers crossed. Okay, we're good. We've cleared it thrice now. These rolls are... I think they're kind of taking pity on me at this point.
You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed.
And you pull out the body. And it belongs to one Theon Goldgrind. Remember that name. She has another key, another flower-shaped key. This one has a number 5 scratched into the petals. And then she just has a ring. To the best of wives and mothers. I find it interesting that she's both a wife and a mother, and you will see why shortly.
I know this key.
Is that me being judgmental?
It's identical to the one held by that corpse in the tunnels.
Of course, the one we literally just used. I take the bloodstained note. Actually, I don't need that. You can keep that one. The pinnacle of being here is this, the bloodstained parchment.
A list of names. Father Logan's on here, crossed off. A target list, perhaps?
And this is what we read. So, messy splatters of deep red-brown adorn the scrap of parchment. At this point, I could bloody read this off the top of my memory. I've read it twice already, this being the 3rd time. Those wishing to face the Dread Lord's tribunal and enter the Temple of Baal must slay the targets on this list and frame the corpses as a murder by the cult of the Absolute. It's very particular and very odd. Bring the victim's hand as proof of the killing. Walk and blood aspirant. Duke Balin Stelmane, Elsong Tavern, Lower City, killed. We already knew she'd been killed, so it's not a surprise there, but it is written there as fact. Father Logan, Openhand Temple, Rivington, killed. Dribbles the Clown. I didn't know that Dribbles was related to this until I picked up this note. I thought he was just a separate set of murders, so it's good to know that they're all connected in this tiny little bit of town. Circus of the Last Days, Rivington, killed. Alexander Rainforest, still a strange name. Officer in the Counting House, Lower City, killed. Frank Peartree, abode near Field Gears Fireworks, Lower City, killed. Cora Highbury, large home near Boulder's Mouth Gazette, Lower City. Figaro Pennygood, Facemakers Fashion, Lower City. Oh, I should probably point out these guys are not dead yet. Chef Revere, Elsong Tavern Kitchen, Lower City. Neshalisha Blushing Mermaid, Lower City. Vari Venthampur Villa, Upper City. And Friedrich Huhn House, Upper City. Now, this gives us 4 updates. The curious thing to note here is here. Impress the murder tribunal. Kill to gain access to the Baalist murder tribunal. We found a list of people marked for death. If we kill 2 targets from this list and bring a severed hand as proof, we can stand before the murder tribunal and enter the Temple of Baal. This is important because Baal was the deity of Orion. So I think if we follow this evil path, we get access to Orin. Although I'm assuming if you're following an evil path, you're probably not wanting to kill Orin. You probably want to like use her. But I appreciate that they've got different approaches to the same purpose. But instead, we'll just be doing the boring, basic bitch, goody-goody option of taking the target list to the investigator. So we now have the list of the series of murders. And we also have the weapon. So I'm assuming I have the weapon in my inventory. Yeah, and we have the weapon. So we will be going to Valeria across the way. Eventually, just hashtag priorities. Other things are interesting to read, but they're not really the core reason of why we are here. So let us head on down and head across to the Shress's Caress, where we will find Valeria. But before we do that, we have quite a few people we need to speak to. I've only cleared some of the ground floor across the way here. There are some others I need to speak with, but I'm just trying to get through what I've already done. So we speak to these lovely people. This guy is not happy to be here by the brothel, by the way.
Oh, we're not queuing for Shress's Caress. Not yet, anyway. Head on in.
And Layla's all for it.
Why some people so strange about Shress's Caress? It's just sex.
She's got her head screwed on straight. And then we have Hakeem.
People are just walking into Shress's Caress like it was any old business. No disrespect to you, of course, if you're a patron.
And the entry.
From decadent drow to whip-cracking librarians, we cater to all tastes. See Mamselle Amira for a full list of company.
And Mamselle Amira we will see indeed. And this part here is where I had issues last time. I got a little further. As I said, I got through most of the ground floor last time before it reset. sorry, the first time, but last time I only got like through 1.5 conversations and then my computer shut itself down. So this is the brothel, guys. The other place I was wrong, it ain't a brothel, it's just an inn. This is the brothel itself. So here is our proprietress, Mamselle Amira.
A weary traveller, battered and bruised, you come for sustenance, no, decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you?
Spot on, that sounds delightful. Not my first choice, but I wouldn't say no. You're way up, I'm afraid. Can we not talk about this?
Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap once leather meets flesh? It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin.
And this is where we have to tell her that her star courtesan is dead. In the flophouse lies a fresh-killed corpse, the Lady Dwarf. Could that be Fionn?
Murdered! Ye gods, the poor thing! Oh, by the mother of cats, I pray she didn't suffer.
There was blood. She
They'll
suffered.
miss that face. Else, the regulars will miss her more. They swarmed her like honeybees at the hive. Oh. Losing Fionn slashed a big hole in my coin purse. I should get to replacing her.
Now, normally, I would agree with the top option. A woman is dead and you're concerned about money. But I completely understand where she's coming from. Fionn was like a massive chunk of her profits. So I can imagine that, yeah, it's sad, but she needs to get her shit together or she's going to lose a hell of a lot of money. So I completely understand. Surely you can spare a reward for this information.
I have little coin, but I offer sin in abundance. Talk with the Drow Twins in the tap room. They're legends among the regulars, almost myths. Tell them they're your gift from the Mamselle, and let them show you why.
You better
Anything
believe
else
I
on
will.
your mind, sweetie?
I do. Are there other options for companionship?
Nisha, our lovely nymph. She's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away.
Just fair. I still haven't seen this grotto, though.
We're blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience.
I imagine they do. And 2 guesses as to who this devil in residence is. Did the devil give you his name?
Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn.
Raphael has come here to pay me a visit. So, my computer was still very much overheating, and I was afraid that it was going to reset again, so I just called it a night. So now it's first thing in the morning, and I've still got a bit of content that I need to repeat for the 3rd time. Apparently, this overheating issue and it having it reset your PC is quite common among people playing Baldur's Gate 3, which I didn't realize. I hadn't read anything about it until it was happening to me, so I was specifically looking for that issue. But yeah, quite a lot of people are having the exact same issue, which is not good. It just feels like this part of the game is unoptimized, but it actually isn't just this part of the game. It's apparently because, or rather, people have started having the issue since there was one of the hotfixes, i.e. the patches. And since then, they've all been having the issues. There's only one thing that I can try that was suggested, but other than that, I don't know how to fix this. So, it says to turn VSync on. I imagine that triple buffering means it's on. And to cap my maximum frame rate, although people said to leave it at 120. But apparently that forces it to stop thinking so much. I don't know about that. I'm just started up the game and we've immediately bumped up to 73 degrees Celsius so I can start to hear my graphics card. And I haven't done anything in the game. So if that doesn't work, I'll tap it down to 60, which is going to suck. But, you know, gotta try what you gotta try. And if that doesn't work, I may have to stop playing until Baldur's Gate 3 has some sort of update that addresses that issue. Because there's physically nothing I can do to stop that. See? Oh, yep, she's really taking off now. Fuck this. Okay, so I believe I have to still speak to Carilla for like the bajillionth time. Let's go, Carilla.
Damn, Hoots. That new batch burns stronger than a pit fiend's fist.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my usual from now on.
I like
Something's
her.
off about this one.
She's pretty.
On your guard.
Hey, she's fine.
It's Raphael's favorite misadventurer. You've put me out of pocket, you know. Raphael bet me 5 soul coins you'd reach the city in one piece. He rented a room upstairs in the hope that you'd drop by.
The madam has told me. Who are you exactly? You should have stayed home. I have no intention of speaking to him. Ha 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 ha.
Ah, I forget we've never met. I've had my eyes and ears on you so long we feel like old friends. Carilla is my name. I'm Raphael's assistant, shall we say.
What does that even mean, Carilla?
Take your time. Have a drink. Sample the goods. Go see him when you're feeling refreshed.
What does it mean to be a devil's assistant? Do you help him make deals? Because that's so unsavory. We're going to go speak to Hoots, who is, yep, bugged out as per usual.
Now, that there's a face I'd remember if I'd seen it. Welcome to Sheress's Caress.
Thanks, Hoots.
What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon. Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye.
Probably. I'm a delicate little half-elf. What's the story of this place?
Sheress Caress, the mamsel's brainchild. Wet your tongue, soak your skin, scratch your itch. Get the attention you want and avoid the attention you don't.
And so she just sells drinks. Cool. If you ask for other stories, she doesn't like to tattle. And directs you back to the mamselle. And then we have this interaction here, which is interesting.
You're looking parched, sweetheart. Another tankard?
How's, darling? Another sip and I'm like to spill over. But other hankering for spicier flavours. How about you give me a taste?
Now, originally I did interrupt, but this is actually quite entertaining. Oop, hello.
What'd you say, doll? Have a sit on my lap. Let's see what pops up.
Darling, how you set me a quiver. You are a beast among men. No, a dragon. Setting my phoenix nest aflame.
I still don't know what a phoenix nest is. I gotta be honest with you. This guy's practically orgasmic on the spot.
I shall slake your thirst, dragon. You will part your lips and drink of my essence.
Oh, I will drink your essence.
This guy is so drunk.
Order up! Another tankard for the fist.
If you try to speak up for her behalf, because you're like, hey, drunk, let's not get so belligerent with the help, she stands up for herself and she's just like, hey, you know, I know how to deal with these guys. Yeah. So that's that. And then there's just one other thing I did. Nope, I like this too. We get to speak to Kira the cat.
Come to pay your respects to the real lady of the house, I see.
Of course.
What a clever creature you are.
Respects
It's
must be
your
paid.
lucky day. I am receiving compliments at this time, and you are most welcome to make an offering.
Why should I? Your eyes are two baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats. Your paws are fit to overturn only the daintiest crystalware. Your glorious tail can trip an unsuspecting servant with the grace of an empress. I've got better things to do than compliment a cat. Try and pet the cat. Leave. It's not going to end well.
Oh, you are quite correct. I consider them one of my finest features. The unwashed rabble who frequent this establishment have much to learn from your deference, and I must suffer their foibles alone.
She's so hard done by.
But they do say a burden shared is a burden halved.
What's that shady pair over there whispering about?
Can't you hear from
I don't know which pair we're talking about, to be honest.
They're talking about the new top cat in the criminal underbelly. Go and listen for
Does that have to do with the Stone Lord, perchance?
As for them personally, one never washes and instead douses himself with rose oil,
Vile.
while the other can't hold his drink.
Also vile. Do I want to know who's through those fancy curtains?
The Drow, two of our most popular courtesans. A night with them seems to be rather life-changing, if you can afford it. Of course, they are siblings, but judging from the throngs of clients they draw, most of the city is as disgusting as they are.
But they don't do it with each other, Kira. Come now. What are your thoughts on the clientele as a whole?
That's rather a broad topic.
Indeed
we
it
get
is.
all sorts here. But there is one frequent visitor whose very presence offends me.
Two guesses on who that is.
Dresses fabulously, but stinks of the hells. Something infernal, to be sure. Abhorrent.
Thanks, Kira. Madam, you've been most helpful. Isn't she cute? Anyway, this is the last thing I had done previously. Entered this room.
Cabaret here, featuring Roll the Despoiler. The highest kicks in Baldur's Gate guaranteed.
Now, oh, she's actually moving this time. She was just standing there when I went in last night.
You can stare as much as you like.
She's very nice about it. I mean, that's kind of boring to watch.
Why there's such a type for
But good for her. Oh, you're just a citizen. What is this? Is this dude?
Enjoy the fiddling. Throw a few coins our way and let us play on into the night.
You actually can't tip this guy. I tried. I even tried tossing coins at him, but that counts as an attack. So I just threw them at his feet and walked away. And now, you know what? I'm not even doing that. I tried, man. Now these are the Drow Twins that I need to partake of. And you're just citizens. Okay. So. Save.
A new face? Looking for another chapter of dirty lore for your biography?
You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
So I actually like listening to their story. We do need to do that, but how did you end up here?
I used to work as a courtesan back home, and my sister as an artisanal masseuse. But men are treated like dogs by the Underdark's matriarchs, so we fled.
We found surfacers craved the body of a drow like a drug. Life is easy in our line of work.
Are you sure this is where you want to be?
It was not my work itself that has ever been a challenge to me. Merely the circumstances.
I worked in this business in the Underdark, but it grew to festering monotony. The entirety of Drow culture is obsessed with bondage beyond reason. While such activities have their charms, I yearned to reach greater depths. And there is no society on this planet more laterally, imaginatively, and confusingly depraved as that of Baldur's Gate. Although of late, I do feel like I've seen everything. Perhaps you'll show me something new.
Perhaps I will, Sorn. Perhaps. If you're truly pleased with the work here, I can't judge you. I'm glad you found a place you feel safe.
I'd have to restrain myself far more than any play bindings do if I worked in another field. This is a place where I can be myself boundlessly. There are so many who come to me speaking of a fixation that no one else has ever been able to share with them, and never will again. A once-in-a-lifetime moment of passion. Every day. What could be better?
It's hardly once in a lifetime if it's every day. Now,
trust me, you don't want to miss my signature meta
oh yeah,
love trick.
I found out what that was, by the way.
Is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement.
Now, I tried this conversation a lot, many different ways. So, for me, for telling telling Mamselle, whatever her first name was, starting with A, about Fion's death, she told me to tell the twins that they are my gift. Now, I wanted to have both of the twins at the same time, but they don't like that. Apparently, it's just too exhausting. So if you try to have both of them at once, she insists, Nim insists on your partner joining. However, I'm romancing Will, and he's gentlemanly, it's great. He's also a bloody stick in the mud, and he refuses, and you're just a purple tanks. If you push it, he's just like, I want romance, not debauchery, and it's just end of conversation. This guy literally cock blocks you. You can't even go by yourself with one of them. It's just end of conversation. You can't do it. So, if I want to partake of either of the twins, we actually need to get rid of Will because he just gets in the way.
Well met.
Hi, dear. Be a dear and leave.
Are you sure?
I am quite sure, sir. I need you to go away.